The British Royal Air Force says Libyan leader Muammar Gaddafi's air force has been, quote, wiped out. This is a NATO naval force works off the coast of Libya to enforce a UN arms embargo. And the United States looks to hand over control of operations. In a press conference, President Barack Obama made it clear he hopes to step back within the next few days. But the million-dollar question is just who will assume leadership. France has argued NATO command of operations could alienate Arab nations. For now, NATO and national leaders have agreed on a, quote, steering committee comprised of NATO and non-NATO members. But as a reporter for the New York Times illustrates, French President Nicolas Sarkozy's resistance has put him under the diplomacy microscope.
Some people think it's merely a pretext for the French to retain their own leadership of the affair. For President Sarkozy, this has been a case to show France's special role in the world. And it's been very popular with the French, but the way he's done it has put the noses of some of his allies out of joint.
The squabble goes beyond questions of leadership. Norway, for example, has grounded its planes until a clear chain of command is established. And a former U.S. military general tells Fox News if the French think they can handle the operation, the United States should give it to them.
The fact is, this has no good outcome, any way you look at it. And if we leave a failed state, then we're going to be in trouble. So they're going to turn to us. They're going to want our money and our stabilization force. And so if you break this state, then you have to own it. And we don't want to do that.
And CNN contributor Wesley Clark says if U.S. military assets are out of the picture, the question becomes much simpler.
NATO is going to have to finish the coordination job as long as U.S. assets, national assets, are required, like Tomahawk missiles and other classified intelligence assets. After that, there's no problem with France taking the lead if they want to do it. There's also a European Union command center. Whether it's capable of doing this or not remains a technical question.
Meanwhile, criticism of the overall operation continues. A blogger for the BBC summarizes the players. China wants an immediate ceasefire. Russia is critical. African countries like Uganda are firmly against. India, very doubtful. But United Nations Secretary General Ban Ki-moon remains optimistic and supportive.
The Security Council Resolution 1973 was adopted by determined will of whole international community. Colonel Gaddafi, he cannot and should not and must not fight alone against the whole. He cannot do that. And the justice will prevail.
I'm Jim Flink for Newsy.com. Multiple sources, the real story.